Right, I'm going to show you how the circuit for DOL, direct on line, works. You can see if we start at the top, I got a 32 volt AC supply. I got my circuit breaker. So I put the labeling next to it so you can see how we label it and the naming convention as well. So the very first switch I get on this side over there, that is my start. And then I got my latching contact. So you got to think of it that once I've pushed the start button, the contact closes, the current will flow through the switch, the stop or switch 2, through the thermal overload, TOL, to contact the K1, which will then energize, and then only will K11, the latching contact, close, because once I've let go of the start button, it's spring loaded, it will spring back to its open state, which now means the current flows through the breaker, through K1.1, through the stop and through the TOL. So if I go to the control, so I've got a transformer that can give me 32 volts at the moment, and then my start point is my neutral. So if I look at my neutral, it goes here. I've taken it to my K1, which is my forward, my contact for my direct online. If I go to my supply for my breaker here, you can see that I go to my start button, which is normally open. The other side of start then comes through and it goes to my stop, which has to be a normally closed contact. From the normally closed stop, I go to my thermal overload, my TOL, which is that one there, and 9596. If I look at my TOL, it means it's a normally closed contact. From the other end of that, I then go to my K1. So I'm going to show you what happens. So if I push the start button here, that first contactor should energize. As you can see, it's now energized just by looking at that point. If I stop it, you'll see that it will jump back out. See there? So that was me pushing the stop. So we put the thermal overload, remember that is to protect the motor from excessive heat. So if I start it again, it energizes. What I will do is I'll do the test button here. If I push it, it should drop out, simulating that the thermal overload is tripped. See there, it's jumped back out. So that is just a control circuit for my direct online. If I were to connect the motor, you'll see that the 3 leads from the motor or the supply will connect up here. Remember, this is the contact from the contactor there, which will be normally opens. From there, I will go to my thermal overload, L1, L2, L3, and then that will go out to my motor. So my next video, I will actually connect up the 3 phase and show you what it looks like.